Hello there, fellow gamers. This is Chills Wheels, and I'm going to be describing every gun in Phantom Forces in 10 words or less. Let's get started. Best used in Burst. Best used as a pseudo DMR. Lack of barrel attachments could potentially be an issue. It came from Fortnite, which means it's good. Decent accuracy along with built-in scope. Used to be one of the best ARs. 4-shot kill at all ranges is pretty useful. I use it despite better options out there. Yeah, there are better options out there. Fill your enemy's body with 900 rounds per minute. Useful once you get used to it. Great recoil control over damage. CG36. Best waifu, what? Feels like a 47 with better recoil. AK-47 but with less vertical recoil. The Forgotten AK. Feels like a 416. Once muscle memory kicks in, you mastered the gun. Kraut Space Magic. MP5 but shorter. I'm getting Modern Warfare 2 flashbacks. Former carbine turned into a PDW. Lack of damage compensated by rate of fire. The vertical recoil's nasty on this one. It's useful once you know how to aim for the head. MP5, enough said. Better in Modern Warfare 2019. Statistically better than the MP40. MP5 but integrally suppressed. MP5 with a useless internal flashlight. Slower rate of fire makes it easy to conserve ammo. MP5 but with more damage. It's somewhat statistically similar to the UMP45. Look ma, no recoil. Foul with not so controllable recoil. Reloads are frequent, comparable to the MP7. There are much better PDWs out there. Storm the enemy like it's D-Day all over again. High ranks hate him. Click here to find out why. Arguably the most broken gun in the game. No recoil too, the electric boogaloo. High ammo capacity with a somewhat decent reload. Not sure why you would use this, but okay. Suppress your enemies like there's no tomorrow. A somewhat more acceptable substitute to the M60. Best used in mid-range due to recoil. No recoil. Again. RPK but with less recoil. The modern MG42. Great beginner sniper rifle. Jack of all trades, master of none. It should have stayed as a DMR. Integrally suppressed in exchange for subpar muzzle velocity. One shot, one kill. It came from CSGO, which means it's good. Not a common sight to see. Most people who use this thing knows what they're doing. The SVD is too much. Here, have a paratrooper variant. At least it's better than the BFG. Semi-automatic BFG, cause why not? Rewards people with skills. Most people who bought this gun think it's good. Best used in semi-auto. Almost good as the FAL 50. Since when does 7.62x54 do less than 7.62x39? High fire rate. Yeah right. The G3's better Norwegian relative, sometimes compared to the Mosin Nagant. Sadly, it doesn't use 50 cal. A great starter carbine. Easy to use. You're better off using the M4A1. Used to be the best carbine in the game. No recoil, part 4. Scar L does it better. Some say it's better than the M4A1. They're not wrong. Surprisingly controllable despite using AK rounds. The Groza one is better. You would see this gun in every lobby a few years ago. Currently the best carbine in game. I barely use it. Also surprisingly controllable despite using 9x39. I guess the integrally suppressed part is good. Needs attachments to make it optimal for usage. A substitute for the Mosin Nagant and the 4570. You're better off using other AKs. I rarely see people run around with this thing. Do we really need more revolver carbines? You're better off using the TAR-21. Low rank shotguns, am I right? Most people would ditch the KSG after unlocking this. First semi-automatic shotgun you get. Kinda broken. Imagine using a regular stock. At least Stylus removed the automatic feature. It runs Doom. Broken at close range, bad at long range. Overshadowed by previous shotguns. A great starter DMR. Great for people who have somewhat of a trigger finger. For people who have the sleight of hand. For people who can't defend themselves at close range reliably. There are other options with less recoil. Works reliably when you're aiming for the head. A semi-automatic FAL that is useful in any range. Comparable to the Dragunov SVU. Great starter secondary. Functions similar to the M9 but it has an optional stock. Reliable until you run out of bullets. For those who like to pop caps. 45 ACP never fails you. Never does, never will. Great if you have a decent trigger finger. For those who are up for the challenge. Rewards accuracy and recoil control. The Glock stock compels you. It's better than the G18 if you can hyperburst. It's a go-to secondary for some tryhards. Straight up bad. Not sure if 45 ACP is that reliable anymore. First revolver in the game. Can spawn arguments over which revolver is better. Fanning the hammer is the best way to go. For some reason I can't hit anything with this thing. Pocket shotguns if regular bullets don't cut it. Most people would rather use the Rex. I'm not sure why people even use this. Either he's trickshotting or legitimately using this to snipe. It runs Doom. Not exactly as reliable as you think. For those who want to torture themselves, random frags can make almost anyone mad. Adding equipment will change the game too much. Oh, reliable. For those who want to flex on others. Originally meant for animals, but cuts through humans well. Become the butcher and split someone's head in two, when SpongeBob's had enough of his job. Those who like Star Trek would recognize this one. Great for hacking away enemies of the USSR. This climbing tool is also proved useful at self-defense. Become Discount Connor Kenway. Too bad you're not as invincible as the slasher himself. Pretend you're a Viking raider and die to modern firearms. Runs just as fast as all the one-handed melees. Become Discount Anakin or Luke Skywalker. Great at busting down doors and other people. Become Discount Gordon Freeman. Police brutality. Too bad it doesn't explode. It's World War I all over again. Police brutality 2, the electric boogaloo. Become Discount Berserker Doomguy. Play cricket in the middle of a battlefield. I'm getting TF2 flashbacks now. Bash someone in and brutally break his bones.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
I came from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. See the sledgehammer.